Is Aliens Fireteam Elite worth it in 2022?
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Aliens Fireteam Elite was announced out of nowhere about a year ago and was confirmed to be a free-player co-op third-person shooter, and it's hard not to get excited about that, especially when it's an Alien game. But is Alien Fireteam Elite any good? Is it really worth playing as an Alien game, or is it absolutely terrible like many expected? It's a mix of both, so let's talk about this weird out-of-the-blue Alien game with no spoilers, but there really is nothing to spoil, so right off the bat, I would say don't buy it if you want a story-driven Alien game, because this is not it at all, so I beg you don't buy it for the story. Anyway, let's review this damn game. It's an Alien game, so most people don't care about the story. Thank you all for the support, guys. We're about to pass 7,000 subscribers, so thank you all. Get in the Discord for some giveaways, the link is in the description, and come join us if you haven't subscribed. So as I said, Aliens Fireteam is not a story game, and I actually think it really benefits the game in the end. This is one of those games where you don't need the story. It's up to you and your buddies to make up these stories in your head. It can actually be perfect for funny moments content. You can come up with some really dumb stuff to have fun with when you play. Aliens Fireteam does have a foundation of story, but you can tell it really was not the focus, as they didn't even bother to add lip sync to the game, which can be really distracting, and is a perfect example of why the little things matter when it comes to presentation, because first impressions are so important when it comes to anything in life. And Aliens Fireteam does not make a great first impression. Imagine you're at an ice cream van, a safe ice cream van, not a dangerous one as some of you might joke about. You start looking through the menu, the options you have sound great, strawberry sauce and a flake, or just imagine whatever your favourite choices are, and then when you order it, it comes out with a sprinkle of the flake and a dribble of strawberry sauce. That's this game's story, so I'd advise everyone to avoid its story at all costs. The voice acting is pretty dull, but they do nail that Aliens atmosphere of just a bunch of men and women screaming random things and barking orders left, right and centre. It's game over, man!
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
So they smashed that, but I think Aliens Fireteam would have been better off being one of those games that gets supported by the community, so you'd have a map designer mode where you can create your own maps with different alien types and people can set records on your map or something like that, as the story is really lacking, and I think a mode like that would have really helped increase the lifespan of Aliens Fireteam, as the gameplay loop does become quite repetitive only a couple of hours into the game, which sucks, but I genuinely had a lot of fun when playing Aliens Fireteam apart from the free crashes I had. So yeah, that's narrative, but let's be honest, you don't play these kinds of games for story, as I've already said. This is much more of a Left 4 Dead game than a super atmospheric co-op Alien game, so let's talk gameplay. If you're enjoying this video, smash the like button and consider joining the 7,000 people that have already subscribed to the channel, you absolute legends. Aliens Fireteam's gameplay is a lot of fun, incredibly flawed, like really flawed, but it's so damn fun. It's really hard to make shooting a bunch of Xenos with two other players boring, and they managed to pull that off with Aliens Colonial Marines, but man, they pretty much nailed the fun aspect here. Are the Xenos smart? No, they are incredibly dumb, and there are so many of them swarming you at all times, you can't help but enjoy mowing them down, besides the fact that they're really dumb. The levels are very linear. You choose a level, join a lobby with randoms or mates, and just proceed in a straight line following the marker, mowing down all the aliens you come across, and while that sounds repetitive, because it is, you can still have so much fun doing it. You have a variety of characters to pick from, all with their own abilities that I won't spoil, but my personal choice was always the Demolisher, because you get the smart gun, and when you get the smart gun, it's the smart gun, and when you've got the smart gun, you become the best player. The Xenos don't stand a damn chance because it's a smart gun. As you progress through the levels, you earn weapon attachments, credits, and abilities to further customize each of your characters, so there's a lot of grinding here, and while at first it is satisfying to upgrade these characters with all these badass abilities, it does become a bit redundant after a while, mainly because you'll find yourself replaying the same missions to level up to take on newer missions, and to be honest, for a game like that relies so much on you having fun, the gameplay loop is incredibly important, but it can fail to deliver if you get tired of the same missions. This is no Left 4 Dead 2 with all those crazy moments and, you know, support from the community. It's very linear set missions, so if you don't like that kind of stuff, don't play the game. It's a very linear little game to waste some time on, and those are rare these days. Obviously, this is not a perfect game and was very clearly on a budget, which is why the review is so short. With the amount of corners that were cut, especially when it comes to enemy variety, the normal Xenos are very fun to take out, but you get these super aliens that come in every now and then, and like I said earlier, taking them out is fun at first, but after a while they just feel like padding, especially since you have so many creative liberties when it comes to Xenomorph designs these days. But if they were told to stick with specific, current designs or whatever, I can understand the lack of boss aliens, but it's still a fun game, but there's a lot of missed opportunities here. Would I say buy this game at full price? No, do not buy it at full price. It is not worth the price that they're selling it at. I'd recommend you wait for a sale or just play it on Game Pass if you have it, mainly because you can get much better experiences with a similar style of mission design, or just design in general from games like Left 4 Dead 2, because Xenos are basically just really cool zombies in these games now. They're not smart, they're dumb, they just run at you and you shoot them, and that's the fun. If that sounds like fun to you, get the game. If it doesn't sound like fun to you, don't get the game. Bada bing, bada boom. Thank you for watching. I love you guys. See you in the next video.